Hi, welcome to week 3 of English 102. This week I'm going to talk about ethos, pathos, and logos. First, defining what those are. Ethos is credibility or ethical appeal. So it's how you come across. Do you have credibility? The source is credibility. As you're looking through sources, is there a credibility? The speaker, the reader, the writer, are they all people that you can trust? One problem with argumentation is when your credibility or your ethos is no good. Authors, a lot of times are making claims that they really don't have a right to claim. And you see this sometimes in Hollywood where people are actors, so they think they have the right to speak into something about politics or whatever. And ultimately, they're getting the credibility just because people know who they are, and it may not really be valid. And so, really looking at someone's credibility or their ethical appeal, why we should listen to them is really important. The next one is pathos. This is emotional, stirring up one's emotions, a means of persuading by appealing to a reader's emotions. So as you write a paper, you're trying to pull somebody in by making them feel something. You see this in those ads where they have the little bony boys with the big tummies, where they want you to send money for food and that sort of thing. That is the organization's way of coming to your pathos, to really build, pull on the apron strings of emotions to get you to send money to them. And so that's what that's used for. Language choice affects an audience emotion. I don't know if you know this, but if you read thrillers or any kind of books that have action in them, typically when the action scenes happen, they start to get real choppy. You'll have like 2 or 3 words with a period, and that's because as you read it, it speeds up your adrenaline and you actually can feel the emotion of the action. The more drawn out and longer the sentences are, the more you're going to feel something different. And so that words and how long they are and all that all affects how you feel about something. And then, of course, vivid language can really evoke something in you as well. When I say emotion, a lot of people automatically think I'm talking about feeling sad or something. But no, there's different kinds of emotions. There's, apathy. There's anger. There's frustration. So there's all sorts of emotions that you can feel when you read something. And so that's what pathos is. And then the next one after that is logos, and that's appealing to an argument. What is the argument that you are trying to make, and appealing to that emotion in someone's mind can be very important. So a means of persuading is is using reasoning rather than emotion. You're going after what is the most logical thing. Can also be full of facts and statistics that really support an argument. Deductive and inductive reasoning, and what makes effective and persuasive, it can also often be because of logos. So to recap, ethos is, basically the trustworthiness. The pathos is, seeking to understand with emotion. And then the last one is logos, trying to be understood through logic. And I always ask people in my live classroom, so which of these do you think you should have in a paper? Well, a lot of times they'll say, oh, logos, absolutely logos. You got to have logos. And then someone else will say, well, no, it's really important that you have ethos because we need to be able to trust you and trust the people you've put in your paper. And then someone else will be like, no, well, pathos is good, if you really want people to understand you. And the honest truth is you want all 3 in your paper. You really want me to be able to trust what you're saying and trust the writers, the authors that you've put in your paper. I need to be able to trust that, and that needs to be credible sources so that your paper is worth listening to. And then you need to have logos. You have to have logic. Without logic, your paper will just fall apart. It's like the bones, the structure of your paper itself. And then your pathos is that emotion that you put into your paper so that people care. If they have all this statistics, but they have no reason to be concerned or care about your subject or your topic, then they'll just kind of blow it off. And so you need all 3 of those in your paper. And so I always tell people, kind of look through your paper and see if you can pull out those different elements. And if we were in a live classroom, I would actually make you do that. But since we're not, I say just try it out. Look through your research paper. Can you find the ethos in your paper? Can you find the pathos? Can you find the logos? If you can't, then you need to probably build that into your paper somehow. And that will really make a difference. All right, that's it for us this week. God bless. I will see you on week 4.